have been trained to care more about what people think about you than what you think about yourself. That's why you surrender your energy unconsciously, especially if you're driving and somebody's trying to force you to do what they want you to do because they're tailgating you. So instead of moving over and just relaxing or just staying there and let them go around you, you accelerate. You go faster and faster and faster because you're concerned with what they think. So now you're allowing that transfer of negative emotional energy to attach itself to you. And you become a puppet because essentially the person behind you is driving your car. You're no longer in control of yourself or your car. The car becomes an extension of you once you climb into it and you start driving around. But that goes right out the window the moment you start concerning yourself with some stranger behind you who's doing 300 miles an hour and would plow right over you in an instant. Think about that for a minute. You're actually concerning yourself with someone who could care less if you drop dead in front of them. And you're overly concerned about what they think about you. Why? Because your social programming says so. That's what you have to eradicate. That is one of the elements that has been crippling you from day one because you're people pleasing. And you'll never win that game. Just like you'll never keep up with the Joneses because they run faster than the speed of light. You can't keep up with that imaginary family. That's the reason why you have a debt based society and everybody's broke. And this is the reason why they keep feeding that hole and making it deeper and deeper. People keep diving head in, head first, straight in. They don't even question because they're so overly concerned and preoccupied with what other people think about them, they don't even care about themselves. They'd be willing to sacrifice their entire life just to impress strangers who could care less if you drop dead in front of them or not. I mean, seriously, think about it for a minute. So the next time somebody's on the parkway and they're honking their horn and they're literally like 2 inches off your bumper, just take your foot off the gas and just, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. Or if the person is road rage, then move to the middle lane. Move to the middle lane, let them go past you. But as long as you remain in control of the situation, you're not doing what they want, you're doing what you want because you're in control of the situation. Me, when I drive, I have a habit now for the last 15 years, at least. When I identify an aggressive driver behind me, I see them coming, I just pull over and let them go because I always say, better in front than behind because you can't hit me when you're in front of me. So let that negativity go on by, man. That impatience and that craziness right down the road. I'm just gonna straddle over, wait for you to pass, and then get right back in my lane and just keep ambling down the road, keep moving on. So just a word of wisdom, seriously. Not just as an example of somebody behind you driving, but just life in general. Just life in general. When you go out there, stop concerning yourself with people. Stop caring what they think or feel because they can't even think for themselves. So what does that say about you if you're more concerned about what somebody thinks about you than what you think about yourself? But the people that you're so concerned about what they think about you, they can't even think for themselves. What does that say about you? That's social programming. You got to get rid of it. It's time to close that book and burn it and start a brand new book. Forget about a brand new chapter. A brand new book, brand new direction, brand new life, brand new energy, brand new everything. Because aren't you getting tired of being pushed around by people and being treated like garbage and subhuman trash? I mean, seriously. It's up to you to say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to let them affect me. That's what I practice every day. You know, a stop sign, octagonal, red with white lettering. The word stop means no motion. There's no such thing as a rolling stop. That's an oxymoron and a misnomer. Stop means no motion. To cease any motion means you're coming to a full and complete stop. And you have people where you're not even at the stop sign yet, and phew, they're zooming by. They don't have patience to sit and stop for a thousandth of a second, let alone a couple of seconds. Look both ways, make sure they're not entering into traffic and creating a hazardous situation. That doesn't even occur to them because they got to get to that store before the store sprouts legs and runs away. It's ridiculous. So just practice staying in your own conscious vibrational space and let these whatever you want to call them, let them ping pong back and forth, man, at a million miles an hour. Eventually they start colliding into each other. Just as long as you're not in that area, don't be concerned with what they want and what they're trying to get you to do. Because it's always something of an impractical nature. Hurry up and get out of my way. Hurry, go faster, faster. Faster is never fast enough. You could literally have a freaking time machine and you're still not going fast enough for them. That's how dysfunctional and and toxic they are. You have to detoxify from this stuff and disconnect and deprogram from this imaginary narrative that you've been implanted with. That's what's keeping you going on track with this stuff. You know, you like, as soon as somebody gets in your rearview mirror, like your heart starts pounding, your breath goes shallow, your mouth gets dry. You're like, oh, like that. Instead of saying, forget that, man, I'm going to remain in conscious contact with myself and full control of my faculties. And I don't concern myself with these people. Let them honk their horns until their batteries melt. Who cares? Take control of your life by taking back the power that you gave them a long time ago. I'm not saying being miserable and negative and an angry person and violent. I'm just saying stand your ground and be yourself and stop concerning yourself with what other people want you to do because they have no patience. It's just that simple.